Welcome back to Ebisu Academy channel. In this video, we will discuss about the Chunin Exam result in original Naruto series. Naruto's Chunin Exam arc was the first time the audience saw the rest of Naruto's classmates in action. It was the next step in Naruto's journey to become Hokage, but in reality, it was to show the unique fighting abilities that the other genin possess. The Chunin Exam arc features some of Naruto's best fights. Here are the results of all the matches. Sasuke vs Yoroi. The first one-on-one battle was between Sasuke and Yoroi. Yoroi was a forgettable ninja who couldn't take on an Uchiha. His ability was to steal strength with the torch, which caused a major problem for Sasuke at the start of the fight. However, it was Sasuke Sharingan's ability to learn other people's techniques that gave him the decisive victory. He used an attack he'd learned from Rock Lee before this fight and easily knocked Yoroi out for the count, removing him from consideration for the rest of the exam. Shino vs Zaku. Zaku, an order of Orochimaru spies, took part in this fight. He fought by using holes in his arm to generate sound and wind. This was also the fight in which the audience discovered how capable and frightening Shino could be. As a member of the Aburame clan, Shino's body was essentially a giant nest for bugs that he could control. He tricked Zaku and ended up filling the holes in his arm with bugs. When Zaku attempted to use his ability, he severely injured himself, resulting in Shino's victory. Kankuro vs Tsurugi. Kankuro is the first fighter from the village hidden in the sand, and he faces off against another forgettable Konoha ninja. He appears to be in trouble at the start of the fight when Tsurugi coils around him like a snake, but he quickly reversed the situation. It is revealed that he is a puppet master, and that the body that Tsurugi had attacked was a puppet. This enabled him to easily counter and win the match decisively. Puppet techniques were also introduced for the first time at this time, though they will become much more important later on. Sakura vs Ino. This is the first fight of the Chunin Exam in which both combatant backstories and dreams have been revealed. The audience wasn't sure who to cheer for, but the girls' previous rivalry resulted in a fierce fight. Ino appeared to be more cunning than Sakura, but in the end, they both knocked each other unconscious and out of the exam. This allowed them to renew their friendship and start over, so failing the exam was worthwhile for both of them. Tenten vs Temari. This was the second fight in which both characters were crucial, but it was also one of the most one-sided fights in Chunin Exam. Tenten showed her vast arsenal of weapons and her ability to launch a barrage of them at her adversary. Unfortunately, Temari was the ideal foil for her. Tenten couldn't land a scratch on Temari because of her large fan and control over the wind. Temari easily won after toying with Tenten for a while. Shikamaru vs Kin. Kin was another Orochimaru spy, but during their fight, Shikamaru's intelligence was revealed, which was terrible for her. She was an expert with needles and was one of the first person on the show to employ bells as a genjutsu against her opponent. Shikamaru appeared to be losing by a large margin, but it was all over when he noticed a string tied to her by a bell. He was able to trap her by extending his shadow along the bottom of the thread, and the fight was over quickly. Shikamaru put up a terrific fight and managed to stop one of the spies. Naruto vs Kiba. Throughout the series, Naruto is shown as a bit of a moron, yet it's difficult to dispute that he's highly intelligent when it comes to combat. He could have just showered shadow clones on Kiba, But instead he devised a strategy to force Kiba to destroy himself. By transforming into his dog Akamaru, he deceived Kiba twice. He even farted in Kiba's face, which was devastating due to his enhanced sense of smell. Naruto was then able to perform his own version of Lee and Sasuke maneuver. Naruto had to win for the sake of the plot, but Kiba put up a strong fight in this match. Hinata vs Neji. These two, like Ino and Sakura, had problems before the fight ever started. They are both members of the Hyuga clan, but Neji is a member of the clan's lesser family. This provokes hatred in him, and he takes it as a personal challenge to be the best in order to prove that he isn't ruled by his blood. While this is a noble goal, he approached it incorrectly. Hinata also wants to prove herself, so the two gentle fish users engage in a spectacular exhibition of talent. Unfortunately for Hinata, Neji proves to be too strong for her and easily defeats her before being stopped by some of the Jonin. Gaara vs Rock Lee. This fight was definitely one of the best of the Chunin Exam. Before the battle, Lee easily defeated Sasuke, and Gaara was excited to the point where the public was concerned for Lee's safety. The fight that occurred was intense, and Lee removing his wig was a treat to watch. Gaara let loose and nearly killed Lee, despite his speed and power being able to surpass Gaara's defense. Despite Lee's outstanding performance, he was ultimately unable to defeat Gaara. Choji vs Dosu. Dosu, Orochimaru's third and final spy, was part in the final fight of the second phase. Dosu eventually defeated Choji and was able to pass the Chunin Exam. Choji fought bravely, but in the end he was the one who broke himself down. This fight also exposed Choji's limited arsenal at the moment, prompting him to acquire new skills and push himself to become stronger. Despite moving on from this combat, Dosu was eventually killed by Gaara. Naruto vs Neji. The first duel of the Chunin Exam final phase was also one of the finest. Naruto was furious with Neji for fighting Hinata so hard when he didn't have to, and Neji saw Naruto as a failure who will never succeed. Naruto had to summon the nine-tailed chakra to even fight with Neji, but Naruto won the battle and proved Neji incorrect. This set Neji on a path to redemption, and he went on to become one of the show's most beloved characters. The finest part was that Naruto won by outmaneuvering Neji on his own, not because of the chakra alone. Temari vs Shikamaru. Temari and Shikamaru fought each other in a duel of master strategies, but Shikamaru was the better of the two. He appeared to be on the defensive during the fight, but it turned out he was simply leading Temari into a position where he could use his shadow jutsu to grab her. He stunned everyone by forfeiting the match despite having her entirely his mercy. This gave Temari the official victory, but Shikamaru was the real winner in this fight. Sasuke vs Gaara. This was the final fight of the Chunin Exam due to Orochimaru's ambush and hijacking of the Chunin test. Sasuke had been carefully training and was able to blitz Gaara in the same way as Lee had. Gaara couldn't take Sasuke's speed and boosted his fortification to keep him at bay. Sasuke then showed his new chidori technique. With this technique, he was able to pierce Gaara's defense and seriously hurt him. The Sand Ninjas and Orochimaru intervened at the last time, and Sasuke's victory was only stopped by the Sand Ninjas and Orochimaru. That is every fight in the Chunin Exam and their winner. If you have any request video, feel free to express it in the comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe Ebisu Academy channel. See you in the next video.